With add or delete questions, we need to pay very close attention to our instincts. You're going to read the sentence that they want you to include or not include, and you're going to have a feeling like, yes, I would include this, or no, I won't. And that's fine. Don't worry about like having the instinct, but don't get so attached to it that you force yourself into picking a bad answer here. So the yes and the no is really helpful. That's going to be where we should start based on our instinct, but the becauses are extremely important here, and you might need to go against your instinct. So I don't know, to me this is just like a little example. Like I don't have a strong instinct either way. So let's say you are like, nah, it's too wordy, it's too much, let's get rid of it. So okay, fine, so you're leaning towards the no's. Well, what is this paragraph about, right? Because they're talking about the paragraph's focus and the paragraph's claim. So unless I know what this paragraph is about, I'm not allowed to start sorting through these choices. So let's see, it's a short paragraph. Because glass is very resistant to weathering, fulgurites may last a very long time. The oldest example is estimated to be 250 million years old and gives scientists a unique window into the past. The formation of a fulgurite occurs in only a fraction of a second, so air bubbles are often trapped in the cooling glass and can be analyzed to reveal the atmospheric composition at the time the fulgurite was created. So it's about like, why do we even care about these fulgurites, okay? Gases trapped 15,000 years ago in fulgurites from the Sahara Desert, for example, demonstrate that the region was once wetter, much wetter, and prone to thunderstorms. So it was once something. This is from 15,000 years ago. It's talking about the fulgurites and the gases. So I don't know. This seems like it's related, but let's take a look. See, it blurs the paragraph's focus by introducing discussion of changing climates. Well, it does talk about changing climates, but remember the paragraph is talking about the atmospheric composition of the time. It is talking about changing climates. So it's not getting very specific. That's maybe what this sentence is meant to do, is give us a specific example, but it's not introducing the idea. The idea is already there in the paragraph, so that's just wrong. Now D is even worse. No, because it undermines the paragraph's claim about how quickly fulgurites form. No, it does not. First of all, it says 15,000 years ago it was formed, but it doesn't say that it formed over 15,000 years. Like it didn't take 15,000 years to form. The paragraph is saying they form very quickly. And this is just saying that, okay, these ones are really old. And so because they're really old, we can learn about what was going on 15,000 years ago. So even without understanding that deeply, that word undermine is a strong word. We've really got to be careful with that. That choice should feel wrong, even if you had never read any part of this passage. It's possible that occasionally words like undermine are going to be right, but if you had no clue, this is a very bad bet to place, because we know strong words are a problem, and choice D is very, very strong. So you'd need very strong evidence to support it. Now that leads us to choices A and B, so maybe we do need to include this. So let's take a look. Yes, because it provides an example of the paragraph's point about the uses of fulgurites in research. Yeah, it's talking about what they're learning from it, right? It's showing something about the region, and it's an example for sure. It's exactly one example, so that seems pretty good. B, it continues the passage's explanation of how fulgurites are formed. Well, no, it does not. It doesn't say how they formed. It just says that they formed 15,000 years ago. So it's not about the how. That's elsewhere in the passage. So A is the answer here. This is definitely an example, so even just by that word, it feels pretty right. And then we do need to kind of look at the more deep thing going on. Is the paragraph's point about the uses of fulgurites in research? Well, look at the words that we highlighted and underlined, right? It's analyzed, it's a unique window, and so we're seeing what the scientists are doing with it. There's a lot of evidence here that this is about research. Just make sure, if you have a strong instinct at first, you are not completely devoted to it. You might be that your instinct is good, but if you want to delete something, but the reasons that they give you for deleting it are bad, then you're going to have to add it in. So your instinct might be wrong if the reasons that they give you are just not true based on the passage. Always pay attention to the strong words in the becauses for these add or delete questions.